Let me guess, you're frustrated with PGA Tour 2K25. Your swing's all over the place, you can't quite read those putts, and no matter how much progress you make, it disappears faster than my dignity after polishing off that Costco rotisserie chicken in the parking lot. You're definitely not alone, but before you toss that controller in the bin and walk away forever, I've got some easy tips that'll get you playing better immediately. No pay-to-win nonsense, no grinding until your thumbs fall off. Just simple, real tweaks to tighten up your game and get you having some fun. What's going on, legends? Lux Domino here. Today, I'm on a mission to help you, my fellow virtual duffers, make more putts, dial in that swing, and feel more confident on the stick than ever before. Most players just say that they're bad at the game, but that's not a diagnosis, it's a symptom. Before we do anything else, we have to figure out exactly where you're losing strokes. Is it putting? Bad tempo? Bad shot choice? Make a list of the top 3 to 5 things you think are holding you back from making progress, and most importantly, having fun. In essence, you need to start treating this like golf in real life.
Please, no! No!
Every swing coach I've worked with broke down the fundamentals of what might be going wrong and then gave me drills or swing thoughts to practice outside of the lessons. And here's the hardest part. You have to resist the urge to only practice what you already excel at. Sure, it makes you feel better, but you never make progress to fix the things that are going wrong. You've got to be honest and specific about your weak spots and attack those first. And with that mindset, these next 5 tips and maybe a hidden bonus tip here and there are designed to help you do exactly that. They're not random hacks, they're real, repeatable strategies and disciplines to tighten up your game. And the biggest area we all need help with is feeling comfortable with the flat stick. We can all agree while on the green, plan A is to always sink the putt in one shot. But when that doesn't happen, plan B is to leave yourself an easy cleanup. It's fine to miss your putt, that happens. But if you're gonna miss it close. That's how you avoid sweaty 6-foot comebackers and stop turning 2 putts into 3 putts. Typically, putts break more dramatically at the start of the line and then less as they near the hole. But most players, including myself, often do the opposite. We overread the late break and underread the first turn, which can lead to missing on the same side of the cup by the same amount all round long. If you plan a difficulty that doesn't allow Putt Preview by default, Pro and higher, enable Putt Preview for your practice rounds. I love doing this in MyCareer because it lets you train distance control and line reading while still progressing your player. And honestly, enabling Putt Preview makes MyCareer a whole lot more fun to play. So here's how I use Putt Preview to help my eyes learn to read breaks. Watch the grid lines for line speed and direction and move the cursor horizontally to where you think the line will break to get into the hole. Hit the Putt Preview button and see how close you were. If it misses, see how far off the aim line is from the cup, visualizing the space in between the line and the hole. That's the amount you're going to shift your cursor again to make the break line up with the hole. This technique using Putt Preview gives you 2 chances at reading the break for every putt, your initial read and then the correction. Do this enough and reading greens becomes second nature. Like I said, I use this for every warm-up round I have before I play ranked matches, knowing that I won't have the luxury of Putt Preview during the match. And like I mentioned before, using MyCareer with Putt Preview enabled will not only help you practice in a non-threatening environment, but it also makes that mode way more fun to play and gives you some flexibility in using MyCareer to fix some other parts of your game. Career mode isn't just a quest farm. I have found it to be the most useful training facility in the entire game. You get to play full rounds with your build, test your fittings, work on shots out of a variety of lies, all without the pressure of ranked mode or the VC cost of societies. It is the perfect place to test and refine your skills. Want to get better at splash shots? Start aiming for some bunkers. Want to tighten up the rest of your short game? Find the courses with the tight lies and leave your ball short of the green on purpose. Nervous to tee off on narrow fairways? Go ahead and swap the course that certain regular and signature events are played on to give yourself more reps on the tougher courses you might be having trouble with. And we already mentioned using Putt Preview to help you get better with reading putts. Use this mode like a practice facility and have the added benefit of earning VC and getting quests done at the same time. And little bonus tip here, when starting a new season in MyCareer, turn on all 4 rounds for every event. This gives you maximum reps on the same course across 4 full rounds. If you shoot lights out on round 1, now you have 3 more chances to lock in what you did right. And if you crash out, well, also great, because now you get 3 more rounds to figure out what not to do and how to recover. By the way, don't waste time with those post-round interviews or worrying about accruing followers. I love that 2K is trying to make this like real life, but I've narrowed this down as the culprit for my unresponsive MyCareer menu screen and loading difficulties. There's really no benefit keeping up with these, except for the couple times where you can choose one option over the other for a stat boost or a sponsor boost. Other than those options, avoid earning followers and interviews if you want MyCareer to stay buttery smooth in the menus. And if I'm not in the mood to play high roller matches, I typically use MyCareer to farm VC, and there's so much gear and apparel to be unlocked in this mode from sponsors, and use it to earn Clubhouse Pass levels for even more gear each season. So start making these adjustments, and MyCareer can actually be useful and fun. Speaking of useful, I've danced around this idea a little bit so far in this video, but if you want to get better fast, start playing each round like real life.
No!
One of the best ways you can get better at this game is to learn to play the course. Here's what I mean by that. 2K is trying to be a simulation at its core. It rewards real-world thinking, course management, smart decisions, and knowing your own game. You might be losing strokes and setting yourself up for consistent failure by trying to play a style or a method that the course is going to penalize you for. Don't just blast driver off the tee because it's the longest option and you want to let the big dog eat and you want to show off the lumba.
Said I want the big dog.
This is especially the case on certain European style courses where the fairways are narrow and set to very firm. Your ball will always roll out into the thick stuff or into a fairway bunker, and now you're in an even worse position for getting up and down. This goes hand in hand with taking safe approach lines when you do find yourself out of position. A par save is always better than scrambling for birdie and then ending up with bogey or worse. Courses are optimized to be played from tee to fairway to green, but that doesn't always mean you'll be clear of obstacles and hazards. Be smart with where you're leaving your next shot. If you're not the best with shaping shots around trees, punch below the tree line and land safely in the fairway out of danger. Take a moment to assess if you're making your next best step and execute the safest shot you can while still progressing the ball as far as you can. Also, play to your strengths. If you're deadly with an 8-iron, but sketchy with your wedges, then hit your tee shot with whatever club will get you to your 8-iron yardage. Your next shot should be your most comfortable shot. You can't always get this to happen, I understand, but your goal should always be trying to play to your strengths, and that'll ease the tension.
Hey, just easing the tension, baby.
Just like in real life, walking onto the first tee cold is a recipe for not good. Before you even tee off, warm up. Get a feel for your swing tempo, for your putting, for the tendencies of your swing that might be off that day. Hit up a practice facility, or even better, play a couple rounds of MyCareer with the putt preview turned on, yada, yada. Here's a legit tip that pro golfers use all the time in real life. Aim for the center of the green if you have a tucked pin or if you've got a bad lie. The chances of you pulling off a heroic shot from the deep cabbage or perfectly nailing it within 5 feet on a tucked pin are slim. Instead, leave yourself a 15 to 20 foot putt in the center of the green that you might make in one putt, or at least 2 putt, and then you get away with a par. Remember, tee to fairway to green. I recognize the irony of playing a video game like real life, but remember, this game's trying to be a simulation. Lean into that. For all the ways that 2K may not get certain things right, lean into the realism in certain areas of the game, and I think you'll enjoy the game more and get better at progressing your abilities. For instance, in real life, when I started using higher than average lofted clubs around the green, my short game got a whole lot easier for sticking it close to the pin. So, why wouldn't that work in 2K? This one's simple. Ditch the 60 degree and bag the 62 degree wedge instead. The 62 gives you more control, more loft, and a tighter dispersion on finesse shots around the green. And yes, the 60 degree isn't bad per se, but the 62 is way better. It gives you more stopping power and a softer landing angle when you need it the most, not to mention how handy it comes in for pick shots on tight lies. This one change is pretty OP. You'll be sticking them closer than your Velcro dog after work. The only real downside is you lose maybe 3 to 5 yards of carry compared to the 60 degree on full shots. But other than that, the 62 degree gives you more versatility and more precision and more ways to bail yourself out when things go sideways around the green. And this trade out doesn't just go for wedges. It's time to take a look at other areas where you might not be as optimized as you could be. If you want instant improvement, start by making sure your player is as optimized as they can be. A lot of people grind rounds wanting to get better without realizing they're still leaving some free gains on the table. All right, here's a couple things to double check. Number 1, are you leveled up to 100?
Nope.
No? Then you still have attribute points that you aren't using. Have you used all of your available skill points to unlock and customize your full arsenal of shots? Are your clubs fitted, upgraded, and optimized, not just slapped together with random fittings? And I would say, most importantly, have you gapped your clubs to fit your build and your play style? Because listen, if your long irons carry the same as your hybrids or your wedges are bunched together around similar yardages, you're setting yourself up for some awkward decisions while you're playing. Just like in real life, gapping your clubs matters. And your club choices should complement how you like to play the game, not just filling your bag with raw, or dare I say, leave your bag at the default setting. I really need to post a video on club gapping because it can make a huge difference. But essentially, while you're adjusting your shot with True Shot, you get 10 to 15 yards of adjustment when you have to hit a number that lies in between your stock yardages. Now, you won't be able to gap from driver to 3-wood or 3-wood to 2-iron, but start with the essentials: driver, 62 degree wedge, and fill in the rest from there, keeping that 10 to 15 yard gapping in mind. I know you want to spend your bright new shiny VC on clubs or apparel from the superstore, but if you still have room to level up your character and your current clubs to max, force yourself to spend your VC on attributes and Evo tools. Lock in a build that fits your swing and your style and apply fittings that fix some weak spots that might still arise. Then, when your golfer is dialed in on paper, it is much easier to figure out what else can be hijacking your game. Even the best of us still knock one in the water from time to time. Something I encountered a couple months ago, though, has me less worried about these mistakes. When you take a penalty drop, the game defaults to a standard placement, but that's almost never the best option. Check this out. Before you confirm your selection, move the cursor around for the best possible drop spot. More often than not, there's more favorable lies just a few inches or feet away, and sometimes you can even place it on the fairway or the first cut compared to that deep cabbage you hit it into. And suddenly, the penalty doesn't sting so bad. This may seem cheap, but it's not cheating and it's not a trick. It's just taking full advantage of what the game allows. And when every stroke counts and you're giving one away just because you didn't move your marker 3 feet to the left, that's on you. And if this list of tips and strategies helped your game get better, let me know by dropping a comment down below and head on over to twitch.tv/LuxDomino, where I stream every week.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Keep chasing greatness, legends. I'll catch you next round.